Welcome to Basic Life of Julia. In the most picturesque area of Ukrainian Carpathians, we live our simple life, but it's fun and full of delight every day. With our animals and garden, we will dive you into a day of interesting and quite rural life. We will be so happy if you join us by subscription. It motivates and makes us feel we do everything right. The perfect day starts with flowers. Collating them is a process when you can enjoy the beauty of blooming and the smells. Also, it's a very creative time. You need to think about the future composition and find flowers with good color, size, and form. And now it's time to start working. I have a lot to do, and sure, I'll show you everything. The second best way to start your day is a nutritive and delicious breakfast. When you work all day long, it's necessary. So let's begin with flour. Did you know that farmers' eggs are the best for dough? They are pretty big and yolks are brighter. Mix your dry and liquid ingredients separate, and then mix them together. It gives a chance to make dough evenly. It really works every time. My grandma taught me to be very focused while working with dough. It was one from 3 rules. The 2 others were being quiet and avoiding noises and staying out of hot subjects. And now, the filling. Cottage cheese is always a good idea. It is a significant food for every Slavic person because we can eat it with everything. In some countries, you can buy it in Slavic supermarkets only. While I care about our food, my favorite handyman cares about our house. Today he makes new cutting board. I like to cook with his wooden products because it was made with love. All the wooden kitchenware must be changed at least once a year because it can keep bacteria. But the advantage is eco-friendliness. Wooden handmade things are very easy to utilize. Look how the regular cooking oil can change the wood. It's not only more beautiful now, but is protected from wet. All that I need, aesthetics and comfort together. Thrifty and no-waste philosophy are very important in Ukrainian village culture. If you can save a thing, at least try, and you can remember this life hack from my husband to save your kitchenware. I am always amazed of how much things you can do from the one wooden board if you have a good imagination and enough knowledge. But being creative, it's not a talent you were born with. Just start to think and create, and with practice, you'll become a real arts and crafts master. Working with wood is also a way to be closer to nature. Every moment you touch this pure recourse, you can feel the unique smell of a tree, touch the structure, and watch it takes the shape you need. Maybe it seems that easier is to buy things. Probably. But in rural life, it's not about what is easy. It's about what makes you happy and enjoy you work. And we really feel joy of everything we can do by our own. If you enjoy watching videos about simple life in a nice village, please let us know by liking the video and subscription. And we're also interested to read your comments. Promise to read every single one you leave. And then it's ready to form the breakfast. True Ukrainian vareniki with cottage cheese. It's a very important dish for Ukrainian cuisine that includes more than 20 types of fillings and could be salty or sweet. Also, it could be eaten for any meal of the day. My favorite types of fillings are cottage cheese, cherries, and potatoes. It's a classic and the most popular in the country. But our ancestors were very creative with this dish. It was recipes with fish, liver, beetroot, mushrooms, onion, and every kind of meat. Exists a lot of forms and sizes of vareniki. Also, there are even different ways to cook. As usual, we make them small and boil. But for example, in Poltava region, vareniki are very big and steamed. And this is so interesting when everyone can represent their region with just one dish. Vareniki can be compared with American mac and cheese by its popularity. It is that popular that you can find giant fridges in supermarkets, full of frozen dish with a diversity of feelings. You just need to boil it. But it never be so delicious than made of village eggs and cottage cheese formed by your hands. When I was little, we made this dish at least a few times a week, but every time it felt like a special day. That's how much I love vareniki, and it was a quest to convince Mom to make the filling I want. Ask any Ukrainian what to put and everyone will say, sour cream. It's kind of weird but goes so good with both sweet and salty fillings. Also, we can add some specific things depend on it. For example, vareniki with cabbage or potato goes better with fried onion, and strawberry filling is nice with sugar on top. And finally, it's time to have breakfast. Eating this dish in a pleasant company of beloved person is a real happiness. Food always needs to be shared, and every meal must be a special time for the family, when you not only enjoy the taste, but the conversation and emotions you get from each other. And it's simply perfect. This peaceful time let us relax and get more energy for work. Rural life means a good rest, relax, and enjoying the nature, but after you did every single duty to provide this delight. Let me show you how to make very delicious dessert that will make every child happy. We'll need to cut some butter and add flour. Do you know how this kind of dough is called? Please write in the comments and share. What do you usually make with it? Fresh homemade pastry is a visit card of my family. Every time we cook it, we get so much compliments. And this is the biggest joy for me, when someone likes my food. And that's why I adore cooking so much. It's meditative and interesting process for incredible emotions of other people. While I work with dough, I always think about something positive and nice. I put a lot of love in my work. Usually I think about amazing Ukrainian mountains, bees and butterflies flying there over the flowers, streams with the clearest water, and imagine birds' arias sounds. Now let the dough rest in the fridge for butter not to melt. Please support this channel by subscribing. And don't forget to click the bell not to miss new videos about culture of Ukrainian rural life. Times flew fast, but we still have a lot to do. But in this beautiful day, working outside is really nice. Breathing the mountain's air and sitting just on the soft green grass inspires for more handcrafts. Now you can see how the real scythe looks. It could be one of the symbols of rural life because you'll never need something like this in stone jungles. And this tool also needs some care. We pay a lot of attention on the sharpness for every tool to always be good for work. This is also no-waste philosophy. The grass in the countryside is a must-have in yours to-do list. In grows so fast, but everyone wants to have well-groomed territory. But this is not hard, especially when you can feel the smell of the freshly cut grass. It's one of the most popular smells all over the world, like a smell of new book, rain, or chocolate. And for someone, the taste of the grass is even better than smell. Our lovely cows have a special diet based on everything that is good for their health, and they are always generous with the milk they give us. Now, when animals are pretty full, it's time to enjoy this warm day outside with other work. Sun hide behind the clouds, but it's still a pleasure to be here. Work doesn't seem so hard when you stop for a minute and look up at the marvelous landscapes of a village area. We were happy to born and live among the high and majestic Carpathians, and that's what we are grateful for. Now the dough is ready. I cut it carefully for halves. It's important. One half must be put back in the fridge. Life hack for avoiding sticking: some flour on the surface. This amazing product is very important for Ukrainian symbolism and culture. Ukraine is first country in the world for importing grain, and there are a lot of songs, legends, and poetries about grain and bread. My mom always said that thin dough is much more delicious. It can absorb the filling's juice and will simply melt in your mouth. I want to use a small baking soda box to create a form. It's a perfect rectangle, and it's very comfortable to form the tarts after. It's a satisfying process to cut the dough. In a full silence, you're focused and relaxed. The soft structure of the dough is on your fingers, and it feels so nice. The sun is here again, and that's wonderful because it becomes colder in the evening. And in mountain area, it feels twice colder. Hearts with jam is like when you spend your time at Grandma's house. Warm, sweet, and full of love delicacies that goes very good with a cup of tea and her stories about the youth. Forming the tarts are quite fun and easy. You just need to press the edges with the fork. It works for every kind of form. You can make circles, squares, or even hearts. If you want to know more about life in the village and learn more delicious food, please subscribe. Old things sometimes could be much better than modern. This little oven has seen so much, but the best pastry and bakery is still come from this little device. By the way, never forget to brush your pastry with egg yolk. You'll get such a beautiful golden crust in the end. And here comes the result. I told you we will have an amazing and very appetizing color. The garden work continues, but to charge my husband with energy, I need him to taste the pastry. I'm sure it will fill him with a joy and motivation. To be honest, I like to go to him with every single thing I cook to try. only one problem of my favorite oven is the size. I can't bake everything in the same time, but good food is about the patience. Just a little bit more time to get the perfect tarts, and that's also a time to think about new fillings. Gardens, apples, and some sugar isn't good? It's important to make holes. I don't want any apple explosion at my oven. The smell of the fresh tarts sneaked out, and my husband decided to check. I knew he's such a sweet tooth and always run for every pastry I make. It's so warm in the house, not only because of oven works, but with smiles and love in the air. This is the magic of the food. It can connect people, make them happy, and spend some time together. Waiting for last tarts to bake, I'm thinking of my joyful life. There is no more happiness for me than living in a peaceful landscape of Ukrainian countryside with beloved person. Everything we have is a result of hard working and optimism, and it's adorable for me. Last preparations and serving look so beautiful. Finally, time to call the most important connoisseur. I can bet he's waiting for it. And sure, there will be a cup of tea to warm up after work outside. I tried to recreate Grandma's atmosphere. There are tarts with jam, apples, and poppy, like she did for the whole family. I hope you liked this video. Please click on the thumb up for us to know it was interesting, and you can support this channel by subscription. We promise we're gonna try our best. That was Life of Julia. Thanks for watching and hope to see you soon.